What's good, family? This is your man, Jimmy Conway, beatsforlyricist.com, music production tips. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a beat in the MPC software, all right? So let's begin. So we're going to make basically a boom bap beat with some original keys, original bass, um, original stuff. We might use a sample loop from like a royalty-free library, but we'll see. We'll see what's popping with that, all right? So let's get started. I'm gonna make this a full screen so I can use all my effects. 1, 2, 3, all 4 of them. I'm gonna set my bars up to 4. I'm gonna change my tempo to 95. And the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find a keyboard sound. All right. So we'll go to the plugin page. Come here where it says plugin, and I'm gonna try to stick with the plugins that come with now. The plugins that come with the MPC. All right. So I'm gonna use the electric keys. Let's see. We'll do a soft tines tremolo. Let's bring the octave up. I think I want to bring it up another octave maybe. Great. I'm going to change my root note to F because I'm going to make this beat in the key of F today. Don't know why, just chose F. We're going to do it in a minor key. So we're going to go minor, natural minor. So now we're set to start recording some keys. I'm going to start with a chord progression. Let's go to chromatic chords. I think I'm going to do a 1-3-7 in the minor key. Let's see how it works out, all right? Just bring up the key so you can see what's going on. See, here's my problem. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, my metronome's acting funny. Give me 1 second. And I don't know why. Should just be metronome. We just record. You know, when I do the chord progressions, sometimes what I like to do is take that off here. Let me see if it recorded that. Yeah. Let's delete that real quick. I like to put it on half level when I'm doing chords. When I'm playing chords from the MPC Studio Mark II, which I'll leave a link in the description for below. When I play chords on the pads, I like to put it on half level. All right? So it'll sound a little softer. So let's try this again. I'm going to hit Control A. I'm going to stretch these notes out. I'm going to bring these notes back. I don't want them to stretch out past here. Perfect. These notes I'm going to stretch out. Actually, you know what? Scratch that. Delete. That played in a major. I want to play this in a minor. Go to minor 7. Yeah, here we go. Let's try this again. So we got our little keys, little soft joint. Now what I'm gonna do is here's a trick I learned. Stop that. If I hold down the key, if I press the note and hold shift and I hold the bottom notes, we can create a bass line just using these notes here. All right, so I have all these notes highlighted and they all start on the key of F, right? Oh, there we go. Messed that right up. What you can do is, if you come up here, go to edit. Excuse me, my bad. Go to edit. Go to track. I'm sorry. Go to edit, go to sequence. Go to copy events. That's going to ask you to copy from what? I'm copying from sequence 1, track 1. That's the track I'm on right now. Copy only selected events. That's only the selected events I have right here. That's all I want to copy. I want to copy it on the same sequence, just on track 2. Okay? Go to track 2, make one copy, and I'm going to hit replace. Now, if I go to track 2, we have those same notes here, right? And they're under the electric piano. We don't want that. So we're going to add another program, right? I'm going to call this bassline. Then we're going to find a good bass sound for it. So what I'm going to do is hit plugin. I'm going to go to the bassline under the Air Music Technology folder. Let's drop down the octave because now we're dealing with the bass. So the bass is going to be on a lower octave. Now the other thing you want to do is you want to come out of chromatic chords. Go back to chromatic. I should have said this in the beginning. It's probably best that you have your headphones on or a good pair of stereo speakers, like your studio speakers, because the bass line or the bass notes may be a little bit too low for your phone or your iPhone or your Android. So when I'm playing these like sine basses, they're going to be probably too low to register on your phone, all right? So that being said, we're going to highlight all of these. We're going to drop it down another octave from here down to the next F down. Let me take half level off. Let's drop it down another octave. What would be nice is if the MPC had a, I don't know if it does, I got to check, but if they had an option where you could select the keys and hit shift and anything, and I could move everything down an octave. That's one of the things that Ableton has. It's pretty cool. So okay, I'll fix the notes later. All right, so now we have our bass line. Or let's do it another way. Let's do the bass another way. Forget it. Hold on. Scratch that. Play with a little bit more flair than this. Let me see something. Let me just try something real quick. Let me move this up one octave. See what the bass sounds like. This may cut through the phone better. All right. First of all, let me take off the quantize because I don't like quantizing my instruments at all. All right, now, so we got the basis of our track down. We got the chord progression. We got the bass line. Now I want to add some drums. Let me go to track 3. I'm in the boom bap kit. I'm gonna select one of these kits here. The lucky kit will be the I'm going to choose the Ignite kit. All right, so we got our kit here, and I'm going to just start building up, all right? So I'm going to start with the hi-hat first. Now, what I like to do with the hi-hat is have every hi-hat a different velocity or different velocities on the hi-hat. You know, so it has a little bit, it won't sound robotic, you know what I mean? So let me X this, hold on a second. Oh, by the way, if you hit the X key, just the letter X, it'll bring up your browser. So if you want to check out some more sounds or whatever, hit X, and you can check out your MPC kits over here, expansions. All right, so what I want to do is I'm going to hit the hi-hat key. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my 16 levels right here. So now the top pad 16 hits at full velocity all the time. And the lowest key, A1, hits at the lowest velocity. All right? So let me try to bang out this hi-hat pattern. It's going to be real basic, but it's going to be... It's going to have a little groove to it because there's no quantize on. There's no quantize, and it's not going to have the same velocity. So give me a second. Let me bang this out real quick. All right, so what I like to do is I like to put my everything on a different track, so it saves me time in the long run. So I'll just hit hi-hat. Now what you can do is if you scroll all the way in, right, you can see that my hi-hats aren't perfect, right? They don't line up on the grid at all. But if you hit shift, if you hit on your keyboard, if you hit shift and the arrow left and right, it'll as you can see, it'll nudge these notes. If I have them highlighted, it'll nudge them back or forward. So if I highlight them, hit shift. Let me just show you real quick. So if I hit just the right or left arrows, it'll move by the time correct that I have set here. So actually, let me put the time correct back on. If I hit shift, control A. As you can see, if I hit shift and I hit the right or left arrow, the notes start moving away from the grid. All right. Now I hope I didn't do that too much. Let me move this back. Oh yeah, as you can see. All right, so enough of that. Let's go on to the snare. Take it off 16 level. Now I'll go in here and I'll mess with the velocities a little bit. Oh, let me show you another cool trick with the hi-hats. I did a video on this before, but if you ain't see the video, I'll demonstrate it now. One of the new features in the MPC's latest update is this probability feature. So if you hit the probability feature under the velocity, you'll see a bunch of blue lines under each note. So what you can do is, if you drag these up and down, it'll tell the note how the probability of it playing. So let's say, for instance, that's how we're going to do this. We'll drag this. Oh, no, that's everything. No, we don't want to do that. Let's not highlight everything. Let's just find a few hi-hats. I'm going to find the hi-hats that are on the 4. All right, so hi-hat here, hi-hat here, hi-hat here, and a hi-hat here. So you kind of look out for it. So this one I'm going to drop down to 50%, right? The next one I'm going to drop down to 25%. Or 20-something percent. That's good enough. Over here, we'll drop this one to 75. And we'll drop this last one real low, with a probability it doesn't even play. We'll give it some. Oh gosh, don't do that. Here we go. Drop that down to 12. Now let's play back the beat. Now, the hi-hat is only going to play 50% of the time here, 26% of the time here, 74% of the time here, and 12% of the time here. So that you'll never, let me get close to the mic. You'll never have a static groove. It's always going to be changing up every time it cycles around the 4 bars. So watch this. Let's drop the volume on that snare real quick so you can hear it a little bit better. Let's go back to the hi-hat. Let me raise up some of these velocity notes so you can hear them a little bit better. And you can hear out when they drop better. Bring this up a little bit. Nope, sorry. Let's go to pad. Let me get the hi-hat a little bit louder. Gain change. Let's change the gain up by like 10 dB. Now let's add another. Oh, sorry. Add another 3 dB to that. All right, so now you can hear the hi-hat a little bit better. Let's drop the probability a little bit lower on some more notes. Just so you get an idea how this could change your music production and how it won't sound as monotonous. Now, as you can see, some of the hi-hats are just dropping out. They won't play. So that's a good feature with the probability. I like that one. The ratchet feature is good too. I like that better for trap beats. So if you make trap beats, you want to check out the ratchet feature. But the probability feature is good for everything. All right, so we got the snare, we got the hi-hat. Let's go back to the snare, raise the snare up a little bit. So now let's add the kick. So with the kick, main screen here. I'm gonna add a little bit of swing. Let me stop that because I could barely hit a kick now. Hold on. Just raise the program up a little bit. Sorry, my bad. Delete all of this. Just drop that back down to 50. Turn my headphones back down. All right. So let's lower the hi-hat down because the hi-hat's a little bit too loud. Take that off record. Label that kick. Go back to the hi-hat. Go to that pad. Go to pad mixer. All right, so we got a kick, we got a hi-hat, we got a snare, we got a bass. Now I want to add a little bit of percussion. So what I like to do is, I don't have too many percussion loops on my hard drive. So what I'll do is I will go to my Loop Cloud library. My brother's over here, Loop Cloud. Let's see. I'm going to go to Instruments. Go to Plugin. Go to VST. Go to Loop Masters. Go to Loop Cloud. Whoa. Okay. So let's go new program. Cool. Call this anything. Percussion. Let's open up the interface. Let's drop this down real quick. Sorry if this video is a little longer than I intended. All right, so we got percussion here. Let's look for some percussion loops. Hip hop and percussion. We're only going to look for loops. And let's try this shaker real quick. That could work. I like that for some reason. All right. I must like it. I purchased it and downloaded it before. So let's try this as an audio loop instead of programming it in. We'll just import it. Oh my goodness. All right, now let's hear how the beat sounds with this percussion loop in it. Drop it down. Now, the one thing I like doing with percussion loops, let me turn that off real quick. The MPC software has a effect called auto pan. I believe it's under modulation. If I go to a Kai, yeah, they got an auto pan here. Real simple to use. It's only 2 knobs. So now, let me Let me make sure this is just on the, okay, so it's just on the audio track. Perfect. Now, if you have your headphones on, you're going to hear it, the percussion loop. Let's solo it. It should be going between both speakers real soon. Slow it down so you can hear it actually going between both speakers. So this could add a little flavor to your beat. So it's just not sitting like directly in the middle of your mix, and it's just not panned all, crazy. Put an auto pan on it and spice it up. What I'll also do is I'll put a low pass filter on here. Find my low pass filter. High pass filter. Pardon me, high pass. Before y'all kill me in the comments. Let me put a high pass filter on this loop. Oh my goodness, I can't find my filters. Here we go. Cut all the lows out. That lets the kick and the snare punch through. We're gonna cut around 600, 623. That feels good. All right, so we have our kick, snare, hi-hat, percussion loop, bass line, and keys. All right, and then from there you can just add on anything else you want. Let's go back to MIDI, or you could change around your sounds or whatnot. So let's go back to our track 1. That's our piano, right? Let's label this piano. Maybe we don't like the piano sound that's here. We want to change it up. Let's find something with some chorus. So let me change this back. All right, so we got our chord progression. Now what you could do, just to add a little bit more flavor to it, let's create a new track. Let's add like a synthesizer or something to it. It's a little too crazy. Let's see. What would be good? Use like a bell sound. Let's find a bell. Let's take it off chromatic chords. I believe it's on chromatic chords right now. It's on that. Let's raise up the octave. All right, so what we could do is add a little bit of arpeggio if we want. So let's go back to chromatic chords. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add a little arpeggio, all right? Come up here, hit ARP. Let's put this down half level. Let's go back to 0. Let's go back to 0. Oh, my bad. Let me change this back to regular 16ths. And that's my fault because I should have had my ready record button on. My fault. Hold on one second. Did it catch my first note? No, I don't think it did. And I will put it in there myself. It records the arpeggio too for you, see? So what I want to do now is I want to make sure that that other note is the same size as the other ones. Yeah, see, it's too much. Let's bring this down to 64ths. And bring this down to here. Now it's about the same as everything else. Let's just bring the track down a little bit. From the mixer page here, you can see your programs, you can see your audio tracks here. All right, so yeah, here's our basic beat. And we're gonna base everything off of this beat here. And we're gonna track it out later on in another video. We're gonna track it out in Ableton Live. And then we're gonna do the arrangement in Ableton Live with this beat right here, all right? I hope you like this video. This is your man, Jimmy Conway, beatsforlyricist.com. If you want to check out everything I have in my studio, check out the links in the description below by Amazon. That's everything I use in my studio to make beats with. Also, if you shop through those links, that'll definitely help the channel. If you shop through my Amazon links, that'll help the channel so I can make more videos. I can stay home and chill with you guys and do some live videos and see what you like. And yeah, so use the links below to help support the channel. I really appreciate you. Stay tuned and subscribe now and click the notification bell. On the next session, I'm going to show you how I mix down my beat. The next session is going to be the mix down of the beat. And the next session is going to be the incorporation of Ableton Live using this beat here. All right? So let me just save this beat now so you all know it's saved. So go to File. Save project as, and we're going to create a new folder. We're going to call this project beat. The name of this project is called Project Beat. Boom. So now it's saved. So now I can come back to it and I'll show you how I mix it down. I'll do a pre-mix in here before we start to track it out into Ableton Live. All right. So I hope you like this video. Remember, just check out the links in the description below. If it's your first time here, make sure you subscribe, click the notification bell, and click the first link in the description below. That'll be a link to my free drum kit just for you. If you made it this far, you deserve that free drum kit. All right. Also, if it's your first time, also check out the Loop Cloud link. The Loop Cloud link will give you access to up to 4 million sounds and loops and different one-shots for your music library, all royalty-free. It's the same thing I use to download drums, download keys if I need to every day. So, sorry this video ended up being longer than it should have. And yeah, I hope you got some value from this video today. Please click the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. And I'm out, man. Peace. One love.